welcome to the grand finale of MX Sports Center. The announcing crew is working really hard to get this award ceremony underway, so I'm going to have to do this one solo. This is the finale, Saturday. We've wrapped up all the championships. Let's let these riders come through, join on stage. The top 10 in each class get a ton of cool stuff. They get wakeboards, they get Traxxas RC cars, they get 5-gallon cans of race fuel, tons of great stuff. You have to earn it, though, here at the ranch. We'll give you some of the highlights of our final championship motos today on a Saturday. Check in with 250A Pro Sport first. This is supposed to be Jason Anderson's class to win. He has 2 moto victories coming in. It's Zach Freeberg and Lowell Spangler on the Kawasaki's out front early. And here's Ian Treadle in third. Treadle would actually stuff his shifter in a rut, bump his bike into neutral and go down, so he had some ground to make up on these 2 green machines. Still waiting for Anderson to come through. He's watched some of the other riders. That's Nick Myers at a Cairo, Georgia. Isn't everyone on a Honda? But the story is supposed to be Anderson, who just needs to get up inside the top 5 to clinch the championship based on his first moto and second moto victories. But luck is always strange at Loretta Lynn's, and watch this. The 82, the bike breaks. The mechanic pushes it off. Anderson is out, and probably he's going to go 1-1 DNF. So taking advantage, Freeberg, this moto win is going to land him the championship via 4-5-1 scores. He had no idea until he crossed the line. Congratulations to Zach Freeberg. Anderson's 13th overall when it's all said and done. 250B mod, couple riders getting stuck at the gate there. Dominant factor in this division is Justin Bogle, who wants to go perfect and win all 6 of his motos. Here he is in second on Kyle Peters. There's Jesse Nelson, Jesse Wentland, Bryce Stewart, Justin Hill battling it out early in this one. Bogle didn't need to win the moto to win the title, but he decided, I'll just make a nice easy pass on Kyle Peters, take the lead. Then Peters would begin to go backwards. Here comes a challenge from fellow Honda rider Nelson, who actually jacked his back up on that very jump right there in the 10 Commandments on Monday. There's another battle through the pack as Justin Hill tries to run toward front. Bogle pulls away. He's going to go undefeated on the week. There's Wentland on the black Yamaha, battling it out with Nelson and Peters. Here goes Nelson on the charge. He's going to go to the inside, put a little block pass on Peters before the 10 Commandments. That'll move him up to the number 2 position. Big mistake there by Brad Frace, but he didn't have to worry about this one. He'd actually won a championship earlier in the week. He was on cruise control here. Justin Hill's going to put Peters another position down with the domination of the week, going 6 out of 6, the only rider to do it this week. How about Justin Bogle out of Oklahoma on the Kawasaki, killing it in the double B classes. This is Super Mini Class 1. Earlier in the day, we ran Super Mini 2, basically the same rules in each. And that man, Cooper Webb, in the 75, had the lead on the last lap, landed on a lap rider, crashed, and the championship went to Chase Owen in dramatic fashion. So Webb's got another opportunity at it here. He's being chased by Dakota Alex, a couple other riders going through there, including Henry Miller, Cody Cornwell. You will not see Adam Cincerulo, who after, I think, blowing 4 or 5 engines this week, they called it a week, and he headed home. There's 71 to Nick Gaines. He was in third, but this was your battle. Dakota Alex in second. If he could catch and pass Webb, he would have the lead. They stayed within about a second and a half for the first half of this moto. Tremendous pressure Alex applying on Webb, but Webb just never faltered. A little bit further back, here's your battle between Henry Miller and also the 14 of Cornwell. But when it's all said and done, second half of the race, Webb was able to pull away, pull off some really stylish finish line tricks. And despite a heartbreaker earlier in the day in Super Mini 2, he wins the Super Mini 1 championship. Congrats to Cooper Webb. Let's check out 250A from the helmet cam of Jason Brooks. Not a bad start. Here he is on the outside. Check the left side of your screen. That was our helmet cam guy. He's inside the top 10. And you see the rider on his right, Gannon Audette. Well, he's outside the top 10. Audette and Ian Treadle have a 1-2-2-1 situation going into this final moto. So whoever, look out, whichever one of the Suzuki riders finishes in front of the other is going to win the title. So the chase is on through traffic for Treadle and for Audette, while Jacob Purple Hayes gets out front early on. Got Cody Cam, Justin Starling up there. Here comes Treadle, busting his way through. He gets past AJ Catanzaro, and he would try to distance himself from Audette while slicing through traffic, and they were both pretty strong. Here is Audette. It was amazing what the Suzuki boys were able to do, coming from about 10th and 11th all the way up to second and third. But Treadle would have just enough ground, or second would be good enough to beat Audette and win the title. So Hayes was free to win this moto, right? Yeah, he's going to start pulling away, no problem. Treadle's in the number 2 spot. He'll be more than glad to go 2-1-2 and win this crown. Nice job in the second half of the moto for Treadle to put his head down and get away from Audette. And he's going to have a gift headed his way. On the very last lap, Hayes goes down. You see the lost front number plate? Treadle's going to inherit the lead and take the moto win for good measure, but most importantly, he had the national championship locked up anyway. Congratulations for Ian Treadle, his first title here since 2004. 450A. Rider down right off the start. Shane Durham, remember that name. Jason Anderson, remember his heartbreaking performance earlier in the day where he went 1-1 DNF? Well, he's going to have more trouble here trying to lock down the title in 450A, where he's also 1-1. Austin Howell gets off to the early lead in the Suzuki over Gavin Faith, the number 22. Here's Howell leading Faith. Howell needs to win the moto and hope for the best. Maybe some bad luck for Anderson, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Anderson would run into not one, but 2 pileups on the first lap, one involving that man, Jimmy Evans, who was strong before, who was 4th and 5th in his first 2 motos. He's out. So here's Anderson. 2 pileups in the first lap, then he went over the bars. That's 3 crashes early in the moto. He was dead last. Here he is slicing through traffic, passing, yes, even Durham, the rider who was down off the gate. That's how far back Anderson had to come from. Anderson was going to have to get to 5th. That means 30-some riders he would have to pass if Howell wins the moto, and Howell was checking out. Look at the ride Jason Anderson put in to dig this championship out in the clutch. Unbelievable the lap times he was putting in through traffic. Then late in the race, he backs it down when he thinks he's in a position that maybe he needs to be in to win the title. Preston Tilford almost gets him back. Anderson's able to wick it back up and get back away from the Yamaha rider. Anderson would finish the moto in 5th. Great ride by Alston Mr. Howell to take the moto win. That'd be 2-5-1 for Howell. Anderson finds out that his 1-1-5 scores are going to be good enough to salvage a championship. They're pumped. Yeah, Jason Anderson, the ride of his life to win that championship in 450A, and that would eventually lead him to the Horizon Award. Congratulations. All right, sadly, we have to wrap this 6th annual edition of MX Sports Center up. We've been doing this since 2005. We're glad you folks have been able to join us for each and every step of the way, and if not, just lie. The cool thing about this show is we try to give you the behind the scenes, the on the track, the off the track, the whole feel of the event, because that's really what Loretta is all about. It's not just who wins the championships and wins the motos. It's about the memories that are made off the track with your family as well. And we hope you feel like you got just a little bit of that as you join us for our show. For Kevin Kelly, I'm Jason Wygant. This has been the 29th annual AMA Amateur National Motocross Championships presented by AMSOIL. We'll see you next year for number 30.